And then you go area by area. And I know that we are aiming to finish at 18:30. So let me just run through some of the areas. And these areas are just examples. One of the things that I've done with the educational and mental, I am so grateful to God. Towards the end of December, I was appointed to the International Advisory Board of the Johannesburg Business School. And the professors there are now actually saying, can we do articles together? Can we write an article together on certain things that are of common interest? And I'm finding that it's keeping me engaged mentally, and it's so helpful because I'm also learning from them. Some of them are doing some projects, for example, in KwaZulu-Natal, in the villages there. And I also told them, oh, I also have a village here. And they're saying, let's share ideas of how can we develop our environment? How can we do things in a better way? And these are things that are very helpful. So I've put things down so that it helps me to be focused when it comes to that area. Same thing with financial and career. I've said, God has given me my field, and my field is Econet. I want to excel in transforming the Econet business model and strategy in the area that God has given me, as well as also, of course, creating sustainable domestic sources of income. So what am I looking at? Repositioning the Econet business model from CSP to DSP. And I've been actually pushing with my colleagues, let's transform from CSP to DSP. That is where it's going. Our group has been very clear. We are a digital services provider. And so we are dovetailing into the vision that our chairman has given us. Nurture a performance innovation-driven culture in Econet. Establish a strong succession plan. Because I do realize life is not about me as an individual. It's about teams. And I must make sure that there is a robust, solid team around me and my colleagues so that we know that the business is in good hands. And then, of course, domestically advise my wife to strengthen her own business model. She is running a number of things that she wants to do herself and to give her advice. And also, I have a hobby on keeping animals. So I got some sheep and some goats that I have. And I love some unique trees that I find, particularly the indigenous trees. I like growing them. And so I'm saying I just need to strengthen that hobby and make sure that it actually flourishes. And that's what I'm actually doing, continue to do this year. Same thing with Kingdom Work Ministry. I've got specifics for my church. In fact, one of the very nice ones I have set for myself by March 22, we are setting what we call a men's choir at Central Baptist Church. That is my desire. And so I wanted to put together a group of men. There's something powerful when men can come together and sing together. And what I've often seen is that men are very difficult to bring together. But it is by my objective this year to convince a group of men to come together to sing for the Lord. And then in terms of specific talents, I've identified the marriage enrichment. I've talked about parenting, business empowerment, and so forth. And in relationship enrichment, we have a new family in the US. They are called the Glotas. My son Daniel is getting married to their daughter Katarina. And so we have had engagements. And in terms of relationship, I want to be more deliberate in cultivating these key relationships. It was a bit difficult for me initially because in terms of my mind, because we are now cutting across cultural barriers. My son is married to a white young lady, beautiful family, and interacting with them opened my eyes to a whole new opportunity. So I'm making a commitment. The wedding is in April, so we are going for the wedding by God's grace. And then they come over to Zimbabwe for their celebration. I've got a friend, the Guatizos. I want to cultivate my relationship with them. I also am looking at my family, the extended family, getting together at least once a year, get together, the extended family, know them, getting them to know me. And also we are planning to spend Christmas with our new family that way that God has enabled in the US. And so in terms of relationship enrichment, wealth and estate management, this is not about the quantity or the volume, the quantum. It is about the approach. So I'm looking at updating our family asset inventory, establishing a productive wealth creation portfolio. And we know that these things are, of course, temporary, even as long as we are on earth. But we are looking at how do we make sure that these are viable for us while we are here on earth. But of course, I don't forget number three, updating my will as well as that of my wife, because we know we are strangers on this earth. We will go one of these days. And I'm saying, God, give me the capacity to be able to put down a will that will make life easy, even for our children and the people who remain. And we've also bought to ourselves a grave, because it's clear we are going. And so I said, I don't want people to run around and say, so where are we going to bury this guy? Of course, I want long life, but I know unless the Lord Jesus Christ comes early, time is ticking. And like my father, my grandfathers, and so forth, time to go will also come. So we are completing, we found a piece of ground in Glen Forest Memorial Park, and we're actually working on it to just make it, to prepare it and make it ready. And then update and regularize the family trust documents wherever possible. Now, I'm sharing this because these are items that I also exchange with some of my kids. Will have this information. They will pray over these issues, and they can also advise me where to change and where to calibrate some of the things. Security management, I've got certain things that I'm doing in the security area. Travel and recreation, I've also set up some of the things that I would like to do this year, 2022.